The Herald Standard presents the game of the week. Tonight, Brownsville Falcons travel to SouthMoreland to challenge the Scotties as we reach the halfway point in the regular season. But first, the SouthMoreland girls softball team was recognized tonight for their historic success. The team's first WPIAL title in their first appearance in the PIAA, winning 2 rounds. Watch the entire ring ceremony after the coaches' interviews in just a few minutes. After 2 penalties, Brownsville kicks off to SouthMoreland, and Chad Miller runs it to midfield. And just that fast, the Scotties move it down the field. Ronnie Robinson with the run. Quarterback Zach Carnudo to running back Colt Harper for the first score of the game. Only 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Brownsville shows a lot of promise with the ground game. Vendell Page with the impressive run. On 2nd and 10, an unfortunate mishap. A wild snap backs up the Falcons to the 43. Ultimately, failing on 3rd down. 1st and 10 for the Scotties, and they're already barking at the door. Brandon Peterson with the reception. Quarterback Carnudo on the run, but a quick pass to wide open Chad Miller makes this a 14-0 game late in the first. The Falcons with a quick pass and a run, but another mishap sends the ball back the other way. The ball just wasn't secure. Zach slings it down the field, and a short run by Brandon Peterson puts it near the goal line. The clock runs out on the first period. Predictably, the second quarter begins with a Colt Harper score for the Scotties. 3rd and 6 for Brownsville, and a long pass to Austin Lankowski goes out of bounds. 1st down, a direct snap to Ronnie Robinson leads directly to a 60-yard touchdown for the home team. Another promising run by Brownsville. Lucas Harn produces the 1st down, but a turnover once again dashes their hopes. SouthMoreland cashes in immediately. The Falcons can do nothing with the ball. And another long pass and run extends the lead for the Scotties. They take a 53-0 lead into the locker room at halftime. The second half begins under the mercy rule, so the clock will not stop. In the 4th quarter, a punt by the Scotties, mishandled by the punt returner, produces the last SouthMoreland score, and it's plenty. Seconds to go, and the Falcons are on the goal line, but it is not to be. This game ends 59-0, a shutout for the home team.
Hi, I'm with Brownsville coach Scott Fichter after I can't even remember the score, Scott. It was 53-0, I guess.
59-0, I think.
59-0 game against the SouthMoreland. And, you know, I knew their offense was really good. They could pass, they can run, and they would give your defense trouble. But I thought your offense moved the ball fairly. You had a lot of nice runs the first drive. You had a big pass play going, but you just couldn't hang on to the football.
No, we had 7 fumbles, and when you fumble and turn the ball over that many times, it hurts. So
it seemed like it was different kids doing it too. Is it just? Was there anything with the ball or anything? Or
I honestly do not know. I don't know. I have no answer for that right now. So
you were talking about working on fundamentals and basics with this team and trying to build it up. And I mean, it looked like blocking wise and on offense, you were executing some things. Mm-hmm. I mean, other than the fumbles, what did you think of your offense?
I mean, offensively, the holes were there. Our running backs were running hard. Our receivers were blocking. I mean, that first drive, one of our receivers, our flanker, he made a nice block to turn the play out and give our running back that big gain. And, I mean, it was there, but like I said, when you turn the ball over that many times, it hurts.
What do you tell kids after a game like this? I mean, what do you say? What did you say to them?
I just told them we're going to go back to work tomorrow. We got to fix the mistakes. That's it. I mean, to win football games, you have to make less mistakes than the other team. So.
And what did you think of SouthMoreland compared to other teams you've played this year?
I mean, SouthMoreland's a great team with their, they got a good new coaching staff in that the kids have really responded to, and you could see that with their efforts on the field. And just kudos to them for how they played this game. And we knew coming in that they'd be tough and that they had some guys. Their running back, a senior, he had a good year last year, even better year this year. Their tight end as well, and I mean they got some young guys too that are playing good. So we knew what they had and tried to game plan against it. And like I said, I mean, a lot of turnovers hurt us. So.
All right, Scott. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Have a safe trip back.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'm here with SouthMoreland coach Dave Kiefer after a 59-0 victory over Brownsville here at Russ Grimm Field, and what a dominating performance, Greg. I mean, obviously I talked to you once already about how you've turned this program around, but a game like this, you had great passing, great offense, the defense played well. I mean, just overall great performance, I thought.
Yeah, we were pretty balanced, and I think maybe the key was taking advantage of the turnovers early in the game, and we capitalized on some of their mistakes. So it felt good to get up and then stay up, and then the kids really rose to the occasion. I was happy for the seniors because they've been on too many of these lopsided losses. Now they got a victory, so that's good for those seniors.
Cernerto had a great game. I mean, the first half he was like 12-13, and I mean, you can't ask for much better than that. And he hit a bunch of different receivers. And we talk about your pass game a little bit.
Yeah, Zach really threw the ball well, and the receivers caught the ball, and we had a lot of yaks, yard after catch today. So I give the offense coordinator, Tim Bukowski, a lot of credit for spreading it around. And we watched film. We know what we could exploit offensively, and thing was the kids execued.
And Ronnie had another good game, and I think Colt ran pretty well on the ground.
There's a bunch. I mean, Cade Richter scored. We had Brandon Peterson making some big catches. Ronnie running the ball well. Can't forget about the road graders. Those guys did a really nice job keeping Zach clean and opening up the holes for Ronnie and Colt.
I want to talk about Brownsville. I mean, it's 59-0, but they actually, the first drive, they broke off some big runs. I know they hit a big pass on you and they fumbled on the play, but they did have some spurts there that gave you a little bit of trouble. Yeah, they did. They were moving the ball on us. We made a few adjustments. We started moving the line around a little bit more, maybe running a few stunts with the ends and the tackles, and just to screw up some blocking assignments, and seemed like it started to work then. Once we started moving people around, shuffling people around, instead of just going to base. Okay. Any inspiration from the SouthMoreland softball team getting their WPIL? Nah, I told Todd I said you're the one that set the precedent. Now we got to follow. So I told him that after he won it last spring, and they do a nice job. And Todd's one of my assistants on the junior high, so it's nice to have him on and knowing how to win. Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Okay, they were 10-0 lead over defending state champion South Park and won 12-1 in 5 innings. Then the state playoffs, they allowed to defeat Central Martinsburg 10-7 before shutting out District 10 champion Hickory 7-0 for the first state playoff victories by any SouthMoreland team in school history. Though they were eliminated by eventual state champion Phillipsburg in the state semifinals, they finished as the 4th best Class AAA team in the state of Pennsylvania. At this time, let's meet this special group of young ladies and their coaches as we present them with championship rings that have been completely funded by donor contributions and the softball parents. The ring style is also chosen by the players. We begin with last year's freshmen. They may have been freshmen, but these 3 players were key components of the 2018 championship team. Seeing plenty of action as a courtesy runner and in the outfield, she scored an important run in the win over Hickory. She was wearing number 10, Emma Mullet. She started at third base, and her bat made the starting lineup even stronger. She also scored the winning run in the rally to defeat Steel Valley. A letter winner and scholar athlete, number 7, Emily Goodsey. In the very first game of the season, she suffered a torn lateral meniscus in her right leg. Rather than have season-ending surgery, she fought through the injury and set a school record as a pitcher in winning 4 playoff games. She's also a letter winner, all-section selection, Herald Standard All-Elites, 3A WPIL winning pitcher and scholar athlete. Number 11, Jessica Matheny. And now our sophomores from last year. She entered the lineup as a designated player early in the season because of an injury to another player. By season's end, she became one of the most reliable hitters in the lineup. She was a letter winner and earned Herald Standard honorable mention and is a scholar athlete. Number 15, Abby Fulham. Her glove at first base was even better in the playoffs and she was steady at the plate. 2-year letter winner, all-section selection, Herald Standard Elite, SouthMoreland record holder, scholar athlete. Number 3, Courtney Myers. In her second year at second base, she became a key hitter in the 3rd position and was named a Tribune Review Player of the Week. A team member for 2 years and a 2-year letter winner. She was also Herald Standard honorable mention and a scholar athlete. Number 23, Faith Miller. Our leadoff hitter, she showed power, consistency, and speed as an outfielder and catcher. She was a 2-year letter winner, all-section selection, member of the Herald Standard Elite, and Southmoreland record holder for home runs hit in the playoffs. Number 5, Charity Henderson. And now our juniors. She stepped into a key role at shortstop and her glove became very consistent as the season wore on. Best remembered for the great running catch she made for the final out in the victory over Hickory. Wearing number 1, letter winner, Hannah Corbin. Despite bruised ribs and a swollen hand, her walk-off double against Steel Valley capped a remarkable comeback from the brink of elimination. She was wearing number 24, a co-captain of the team, and 2-year letter winner, Megan Shetterly. She played 4 positions and was a steady hitter. Her pitching went in relief against Central Martinsburg and made her the first pitcher in school history to win a state playoff game. 3-year letter winner, team captain, Herald Standard Elite member, an honorable mention, and scholar athlete. Number 21, Lexi Clapp. Our seniors have all returned to Southmoreland to be honored this evening. Let's welcome them back. We begin with a 4-year team member and letter winner. She was a reliable player, could always be counted on in the dugout. She saw action in the state playoffs after missing most of the season with an injury. Welcome back, number 9, Michaela Burke. She had 2 big hits in the playoff win over Steel Valley after missing most of the season with an injury, but she is best remembered for her sophomore year walk-off home run to beat Greensburg-Salem. Welcome back, number 16, Alexi Belzer. This young lady stayed with Q Sports despite missing several seasons with leg operations. And for her dedication, she was chosen one of 21 WPIAL athletes to receive Positive Teammate Awards from former Pittsburgh Steeler Heinz Ward last spring. Number 00, Elena Herbanish. This young lady set a school record by starting a total of 16 postseason playoff games. A 4-year member of the team, she was also a 4-year section selection. Also, She hit a home run, her first home run, in her very last at bat in the state playoffs. A member of the elite Tribune Review Terrific 10, second team, SouthMoreland record holder for most playoff starts and scholar athlete, Bethany Bunner. Although he's unable to be with us this evening, assistant coach Chris Brunson brought a winning attitude and knowledge to the team as an assistant coach. And we extend the best to him as he accepts the head coaching job next year at Albert Gallatin. Chris Brunson. In his first year as #1 assistant, he called the pitches and contributed to the goal of stepping up to the next level. Assistant coach Jeff Goodsey. And last but certainly not least, our 5th-year head coach. He has a career coaching record of 57-31 and has won more playoff games than any other SouthMoreland coach with a record of 10-6. Todd Bunner. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for our 2018 AAA WPIS champion, ladies boys softball team. Also, we want to recognize our longtime scorekeeper for 19 years, Eric Everhart.